Hey guys, Dan Lucchesi here with the Lucchesi Property Group. It is February and I hope you guys are doing well. All right, so this month for our newsletter, we're not gonna dig into a lot of the actual data. I wanna speak a little more anecdotally with you guys. What I've been saying for the past few months, if you watch these videos, is that I am reserving my opinion about whether it's gonna be another banner year and crazy competition between buyers, or if we're going to see some ratcheting back and some slowing. And I wanted to wait until we got into the beginning of 2022, because rather than making a wild guess, I'd rather make a prediction based on what I'm seeing. And I can say at this point definitively that it is going to be another very, very competitive year for buyers out there. I know that comes as disappointing news for some of you, and if you've been thinking about selling, perhaps this is fantastic news. We're seeing, again, the most desirable properties going way, way, way over the list price. So let's hypothetically say we had a property that we thought maybe could go from like $535 to $565 in price point. And so we kind of priced a little bit conservatively, as you guys have heard me talk about before. Strategy wise, you can always go in a little bit on the conservative side, and the competition between buyers will drive the property to ultimately what is the highest and best price. In other words, better to have many buyers competing than just one buyer because you tried to go a little too high on your pricing, tried to get every dollar out of it. It's kind of like if you want every dollar, you actually need to price conservatively, not price aggressively. Anyways, let's say that property went well over 125 over the list price. That's the kind of situation that we're dealing with, and it's happening. It is happening last month. It's happening this month. My best prediction is that, similar to last year, it will be a very aggressive, a very crazy spring. I wouldn't be shocked if we saw 15% market increase this year again. I do think that in the latter part of the year, so maybe come around May, June, through the end of the year, we'll probably see prices come back down a little bit and maybe plateau. That's exactly what happened during 2021. And I suspect that that's possible just because of buyer fatigue. And then the other factor is the interest rates. They are decisively going up, and that is like a brake that the Fed controls to slow the market down. So I think that's probably what we're going to see. So if you have a home that you have been thinking about selling, now absolutely is a fantastic time. I don't know what 2023 may hold. Could your house be worth more if you wait yet one more year? Possibly. It's also possible that the economy, the underlying economy, I think does have some cracks in it that most people are aware of, and it is somewhat evident. And so is it possible that 2023 or even later in 2022 holds a sort of an economic downturn? Again, I don't have a crystal ball, but I think it's possible. And so if that affects your timing, your decision making as a seller, fantastic. Now, as a buyer, you might be asking yourself, well, why buy if we're, kind of facing the top of the market? And I think the answer is it depends, but I wouldn't be too worried about timing the market. And here's why. If you're a seller and a buyer, keep in mind that the rising tide floats all ships. So you're getting more money for your house than you will if you wait. You can't have it both and, right? So maybe some people can, but the overwhelming majority of people, unless they're willing to sell their house and wait a year or two and hope the market goes down, they need to sell and then buy. So yes, you're paying more for the house you're buying, but you're also getting a heck of a lot more for the house you're selling. And it really is kind of an even trade in the market. Now, if you're a first-time home buyer, what will matter more is that you became a home buyer as soon as possible in the lifespan of your life. It won't matter 20 years from now whether you bought at a high point or a low point in the market. It literally will be an unappreciable blip in that radar. But what will matter more is that you bought 20 years ago instead of 15 years ago. That will make a massive difference in your wealth creation. So, guys, anyways, if you're thinking about selling, I would strongly encourage giving us a call. I'd love to talk to you guys. I am very knowledgeable about this market. We're very active in it, and I can advise you guys very well. And if you're a buyer, absolutely, we'd love to help. I think our expertise as on the listing side gives us a very competitive edge for the handful of buyers that we do work with every year. And we would look forward to serving you guys as well. So thanks, and we'll see you next month.